I turned 30 a couple weeks ago, and this video has been burning at me to create, but it's not my normal content. But here we are weeks later, and I'm still on 10 about this topic. So if you are ready to have your hottest year ever, lock into this video, grab your notepad, have your ears open, and really tune in to what I'm saying, because I feel this in the most internal part of my soul as my truth that hopefully helps you in your confidence journey. And this is not just about confidence. This is about holistic hotness and whatever that means to you. But I'm going to break down some things that have made me feel hotter than ever that hopefully help you feel the same in some areas of your life. So let's not waste any more time. I cannot believe I've been sitting on this for so long. If you are so passionate about something where you were thinking about it weeks later, babe, that's your story to tell. So let's get into it. We need to define what's going to make you feel hot. And a lot of things stem from that. Confidence, presence, control of life. What does that feel like for you? Now, I can tell you all the things that used to make me feel confident as I was finding my confidence were questioned. My 20s was filled with questioning. Am I allowed to feel this confident about this situation when society or my circle or my hometown or my peers or my family says I'm crazy for feeling these things about myself or about something I want to do or a dream that I have or a goal that I want to achieve or how I view myself? Am I crazy? And questioning that confidence. See, the thing about confidence that most people do not tell you is that confidence is just seeds planted in your soul. And dare I say from birth, it's seeds planted in you that are already within you that your only job is to water. And what happens is when we water this seed of confidence, then we have these weeds come out, we'll have drought seasons, we'll have all these external factors that make it feel like whatever was planted in you is not supposed to come to fruition. And that is like the biggest lie of the enemy is that, hey, that seed planted in you, that wasn't even meant to grow, babe. Can I tell y'all a story? I started gardening this year and I had this plant and it was not a great gardening season. I know 2026 or whatever next year is going to be a better gardening season, but this is my first year gardening. So imagine this as your soul. Imagine this as your confidence in your power and your presence and feeling hot, right? I was very confident in my gardening journey and I got all the right tools and I got all the right stuff and I picked up some seeds. I don't even know what's supposed to grow in my region. Didn't matter. I was going to garden. And I had one of my plants and it died. And at this stage of seeds, you need to start them inside so they germinate and they grow a little bit and then you move them outside. Well, this plant, I bought it a little further along than just a seed and it died. So I was like, man, I really thought I was going to be able to keep that plant alive. I can't. That sucks. I'm going to put it outside. I'll take care of it later. It was potted. I wanted to keep the pot though. I said, we'll talk about it later. Maybe a week or two went by. I'm passing this plant and then I was like, I'll get to it later. I'll clean the pot out. I'll plant something new in there. Sometimes it was never the seed's problem. It was the environment it was in. Because when that seed was inside, when that baby plant was inside, it died. When I moved that baby plant outside and I passed it for a week or two, let it go, watered the plants around it, I thought it was a wash. Why did one day that plant started to come back? And I was confused. I was like, wait, I run to my husband. I say, that plant was dead. Like 100%, you saw that plant dead. You passed that plant every single day. Why did it just come back to life? Why is all of a sudden I have this new greenery and these new leaves? And dare I say, in a couple weeks, I had fruit. Hello? No idea. And I say this because when we have confidence in these seeds, some things that look dead are just in the wrong environment to live. And if you are, and you need to move something around in your life, within your soul about yourself, with words that you speak over yourself, with tasks you do every day, those things are going to shift how you show up. The biggest thing for me about confidence is all those little things you feel about yourself or see you doing in the future or showing up in the world. Those are not by accident. And I need you to start watering them today as if they are truth, because there is going to, trust me guys, this world is not in lack of things that are going to make you feel not good enough. Trust and believe, okay? But there is just something so special about watching your life and being committed to who you are that maybe at 20, Maybe at 20, I was like, man, maybe I don't know if I really feel confident wearing certain things. Then at 30, I'm like, hey, I know this is not everyone's cup of tea. I know a lot of people may not agree with me, but this is what makes me feel best. This is what makes me feel confident. This is how I like to show up in the world. Because here's the thing. There is only one of you. And I know we hear this all the time. There's only one of you, be you, be you. But there's something literally so special about the uniqueness of you that the world needs. Because let me be clear, I, of my personal belief, do not believe anything we accomplish in the world is for ourselves. There's something in you that is so small that you are growing inch by inch, where one day you're going to be the person that doesn't really have it figured out, doesn't really know if they can make it, doesn't really know if they love themselves, to being the person that someone looks up to one day and is like, oh my gosh, I want what you have. And they're never going to be able to have what you have because gifts are different for everyone. Everyone has their own gift, their unique way of showing up in the world. But they are going to be able to say, I want whatever is on you. I want a little bit of that. And it's going to blow your mind because you were once the person that was asking that of other people that you looked up to. I promise you, that is like the biggest gift of actually owning who you are, is saying, wow, I may have felt crazy for being exactly who I am and not going with everybody else and going with the flow, but someone needed that. Someone needed to see that. And I impacted someone's life. And it may be your neighbor. You may start a YouTube channel. Who knows? It may be something bigger than you, but it's going to make you feel the hottest ever, ever. Confidence is so sexy. Own it. That's your sexiest power, is being confident in whatever walk of life that you are living. All right, so how do we do that? We're going to talk about things that compound. I, like a lot of people, deal with an instant gratification problem. I think everything on our phone at our fingertips has made it so easy to say, well, I just want it now. We have 2-day delivery. We have a question, it's answered within 30 seconds. We have this really big instant gratification problem. And one of the most powerful tools I learned that I've implemented since being 30 is the compound effect. Daily things that pour into your own cup. I was sat down by our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I was sat down by God like, babe, you cannot keep pouring into other people's cup if you cannot pour into your own. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Let me fill you up. And I'm saying this because there is a hotness fact. Hotness does not need to be some unattainable goal that is so hard to achieve. It is a compound of daily life and things that help you thrive. Something that brings me so much joy is the ability to do a slow morning, to have a slow morning. If that means now my alarm clock is going up at 5:30 because I got to make dinner for the husband or breakfast for the husband, and I got to pack his lunch, and I got to take care of the animals, and I got to clean the house. I know now there's a compound effect in my daily life that makes me feel hotter than ever. And that is girl world. That is taking the time every day to do my hair, to do my makeup. And does it take hours? Absolutely. Do I have to wake up at the butt crack of dawn? Absolutely. But it is such a non-negotiable, because when you can see something in your life that is a stark difference, whether you do it or you don't, tend to that and compound it. Another thing that helps me out a lot is reading 10 minutes a day. I'm looking at books. I have a book for my birthday and I was so frustrated. I was like, my birthday's a month ago. I'm like talking to my husband. I'm like, my birthday was almost a month ago. I haven't even read my book yet. 10 pages a day. Just read 10 pages a day. That will compound to you finishing that book. It may take a little bit longer than you want it to, but it's done. Another thing people very much enjoy is maybe eating a little bit differently, or a good skincare routine, or maybe recording something, whatever it is that brings you actual joy. And let me be clear, actual joy without the expectation of result. Because we live in a day and age today where everything has to be tied to making more money, or monetizing a hobby, or making it bigger, or making it a business, or, what can we do? Sometimes it's genuinely okay to just enjoy things. It really is okay. I am obsessed with Monopoly. I have played Monopoly so many times this year because I've realized it actually brings me joy. And I used to demonize it because, it's not making me money. It's not hitting the goals. It's not, babe, it's a game that lets you unwind and relax. I have started watching movies again, something I didn't think was in my time. I'm a full-time student. I didn't think that was in my time. I didn't think I was able to do something like that because When am I going to do it? That's irresponsible. That free time I need to be resting, or that is relaxation. And sometimes your brain just needs that. So even something that is not so forward will make you more of who you're supposed to be and make you more whole. We need you as a whole person, not just as some object of greatness. The greatness is in the little things and taking care of yourself just as much. This one is going to get me into hot water because it's something I think we all struggle with, and that is environment. Your hottest self, it can only thrive when your energy is protected. Who are you hanging around? I am of the Christian faith, and in the Christian faith, we have something called a pruning season. And this is very biblical about where God prunes things out of your life, whether it's people, jobs, old habits. There are just things in your life that are holding you back from being your best self. One of the hardest things for especially someone like me who loves people and I love to love is who is leeching your energy and who is supporting you in becoming exactly the hottest version of yourself that you think you can be. Now, like most people, it comes with some cutoffs sometimes. It comes with some boundaries for some people. It comes with no longer speaking to other people, but you have to be intentional about this and you have to walk gently with yourself in this step because your energy, what did Taylor Swift say in an interview recently? Like, your energy is so expensive. Who can afford it? Who is adding to your energy and not just taking it? Who is giving you a space to figure out yourself, to grow, to expand your mind, to move to this next level of your life? Who is supporting you in that and who's trying to keep you down to where you are? And it comes to a point, you may be quick to cut people off. I used to be in my old life to a point where maybe you're like me now, overcorrecting, where you keep people around because you just love so hard to the point where it hurts yourself. Stop hurting yourself. Stop hurting yourself. And again, this doesn't mean you need to cut people off, but maybe you do need a little bit more distance or boundaries, or you do need to say and reflect the choices that these people make and how they have shown up in my life and how I've tried to show up in their life. It's not a cyclical thing. It's me giving and pouring and pouring and pouring. I need some of my energy back, and that's okay. This audit is only going to help you be the hottest version of yourself. Who are you exchanging energy with? Because how are you supposed to make a home in a house you don't even want to live in? How you can't even really move in because it's not compatible with how your energy needs the space to be. In a perfect example, like my marriage, it works itself out and you're able to create and make a home of something. But in some instances, some people just don't want a home. Some people, you're just a resting spot. You're just a passing by to wherever they're going through in life. And that is fine. Let it go. Don't dwell on it. Clean your energy home. Where is your energy calling itself home? Clean house. My next note for you is to move like you're already that person. The person in your head. And this one is where most people, including myself, get tripped up. Well, if I'm the girls that goes to Pilates every day, how am I going to juggle that within my school schedule, my work schedule, and my husband and my marriage? How? Nobody knows. But what we do know is it all starts here. It all starts mentally, because when I tell you, if you want something bad enough, there is nothing in this world that will stop you from achieving that goal. The only thing between you and becoming the person in your head is yourself. And there's so many blessings in my life where I remember the days being a little bit younger or being a teen or a kid and saying, I wish this was me, and I've become that person. But there are so many things in my brain that I still feel like that little girl, where I still feel like that dreamer of, I wish I could be this person with this routine. And back to what I was talking about with compound effect, there is just a note here. And the note is that it starts in your brain, believing that's who you are. Remember, all of this confidence, this hotness, this elevation is all seed already within you. Because the biggest thing that blew my mind, because I didn't feel great about not doing every single thing that my dream version of myself did, was that, hey, these are already within me. Because if these dreams were not within me, I would not be feeling that I want them. They would not be desires of mine. And the only reason these desires are something I feel, it's because it's already within me. Now, if I was the type of girl who's like, I want to be a billionaire and I want to be on a yacht, if that was a true desire of mine, that would be something that's in me, burning in me, and desiring in me. But it's not, because it's not who I am. But these huge goals, like when I decided I want to model one day, or I want to be a wife, or I want to be a mom one day, those things can only become reality because they are already planted in me. They are already planted in my soul of who I am. And this is not to say you can't have new dreams, because you totally can. I can wake up tomorrow and decide I want to be a billionaire one day with a yacht, and I can do that. But do you hear what's happening? It's something that becomes internalized and ingrained in you. And the more that you respect that this is already who you are, your life will start to ripple. It'll start to ripple, because now you have your energy back from people you don't need, and you have compound things that you're doing every day that's bringing you closer to that version of you, and you're loving yourself a little bit more, and you're honoring the fact that you have these crazy dreams in your heart, because you already are. You already are. And it may not look like it in the physical things you have, or your bank account, or your following, or whatever, but you literally already are it. Otherwise, you would not know, you would not feel any of those things. And trust me, and I'm sure you know many too. I know so many people in real life who genuinely don't have big dreams or crazy desires. That's just not who they are. And that's okay. But if you have it, it's because it's who you are. And this brings me to my last point. Is all happens for you when you become comfortable watching people watch you go through this. And I'm not talking to social media. I'm talking about letting people see you. So if that is a platform online, if that's a platform in a pulpit, if that is you at work, if that's you in your new position, if that's you in a raise, if that's you in a promotion, if that's you, visibility. When there's visibility in your life, that is the peak of hotness. When you have visibility in your life, you've made it. No matter what way visibility happens for you, that's how you've made it. Because none of this confidence, none of this presence, none of this power, none of this feeling, none of this hotness matters for yourself. This is all for the benefit of others. And the hardest part about visibility is, one, you do not know who's watching. There's someone watching this video that if I knew they were watching, I'd probably throw up and delete it off the internet. You never know who's watching you. And it's not always for your benefit. And that's another thing. But the more comfortable that you become with being visible, the more you'll understand that none of this is about you, and that this world needs you and your uniqueness and your quirks and your desires and your view of life and your perspective. The world needs you. They need you. I need you. I need to scroll. You know how many TikToks I watch a day while I'm doing my hair and makeup, and people are opening my mind to ways of thinking I've never thought about? Do you know that there is a reason for the last 3 weeks I have sat on making this video, and I don't need a script for it, and it's coming from the heart because it's something that burns in me? It's not burning for no reason. That dream in you is not burning for no reason. That conversation, that phone call you want to make to someone you haven't talked to in 10 years, is not burning for no reason. There is a reason that you may never understand. You may never see the fruit from. You may never experience why it was so important that you did that, but you were needed. And you are the only one on this entire planet that was going to be able to do that task that was assigned to you. You are the key to all this. And the biggest thing about this is that key is not just for yourself. It's to be shared. It's to inspire. It's to connect with that one person that may need that. So again, it may not be platform, but maybe it is. And is that so bad that you allow yourself the opportunity to have platform and to chase your dreams and to do things like that? Or is it so bad that you do work, you do level up in your job and you do get a promotion? Is it so bad that those good things that come in you start looking like the outside of you, and that these external factors of your life that are happening out of nowhere and are being blessed and are growing, is that so bad that it's because it started within you? And is it so bad that it was already placed in you? It's nothing you had to work for, and you just had to steward it and put water on it and watch it grow and remove some weeds and tend to it and prune it? And is it so bad that your external life has changed for the good because you allowed yourself to be seen, and you allowed your visibility to be a little bit bigger than maybe you're comfortable with? And people start looking up to you. Your niece or your daughter starts looking up to you and says, wow, because you're worth that. You are worth that. That to me makes you the hottest you are ever going to be, is show up exactly how you were made. If that was not a mistake, and I don't know if anyone's ever told you that was not an accident, that is your gift. That is your power. That is your present to the world. Let people see it. Don't be scared. There's so many stories I could say about things I've been scared about the last, couple years of my life that I did this year, just to within, not even on a platform, not even on a channel, not even on my TikTok. No, I'm talking real life. I'm talking real life, and the people in my immediate family who I'm like, wow, I never thought I'd be able to do that. And I never thought I'd have the confidence within my own beliefs and my own system to do that, but I did it. It doesn't need to be big, but if you want it to be big, babe, let it be big. Because there are enough people in this world that'll say, you don't need to be that big. For what? What are you doing all that for? You're doing too much. Be too much. Be too much. This is going to be your hottest year ever. And not because of any other circumstance other than you deciding it's going to be. And you are worth it. And you deserve it. And I'm so proud of you for even watching this video. I'm so proud of you for even stumbling across it and giving it a chance and thinking about yourself in a new way, in an elevated way, and in a way that was always meant for you and to be yours. And again, I have been burning to make this video, and it felt so good to make, and I pray that whoever was supposed to see this sees this. But your hottest year doesn't start January 1st. It doesn't start on your birthday. It starts today. It starts right now, and it starts right here. All the other stuff will follow. All the things that you think you need will follow. Start here and believe it with your whole chest, with your whole heart. And I'm so excited for this year for myself. I'm so excited. I do believe this is going to be my hottest year. I have so many changes that have been waiting on this to catch up to. There's so many gifts around me that they're just waiting for this to accept. Keep your hands open, y'all. Keep your hands open. And I'll see you guys really, really soon. Bye-bye.